can tell my attitude starts to do this because I'm like, uh-oh. Yep, dead.
Park rind.
Welcome back, my nerdlies, my turdlies, and everybody in between. I'm Jeremy, the uncultured nerd.
I'm Catherine, the uncultured wife.
And this is Detroit Part 5.
Yeah.
So, earlier this week, we released Part 4. We were a little surprised where we left off. We weren't. We know what's coming up, but we weren't quite sure where the next chapter was. And
the pro was playing last time.
This is what happens. This is why we generally don't let the wife play the game.
So if you haven't checked it
I
out,
didn't have to sleep on the couch. Thank God. I thought I was gonna have to.
About this close, but he is forgiven.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to go back and I want to watch. You guys, anybody who hasn't seen it, to watch the video. Go ahead and click off. I give you permission. You can click off this video. Go watch that video first. It is a great video to watch. But I want you to watch me when things start to get a little hairy. Because you can tell my attitude starts to do this. Because I'm like, uh-oh. Yep. Dead. Oh no, she's going to kill somebody. And I'm like, no.
He's
and I'm starting to try
it.
to lean in because I'm like, I might have to like take the controller and like take it over and rescue
He's
us.
Containing it. And it's very entertaining. Especially if you're his wife and you love to poke his little buttons.
Yeah. So I'm not going to give it away. You guys are going to have to watch to see if she lives or if she dies.
That's right.
But I will say that we know what chapter is next. We get to come back and join Connor in his adventure. We know what's coming. We really want to get there. That's why we're really trying to get these out more than once a week. So bear with us. We hope you guys are having fun. We hope you're getting really into it because I'm starting to get really invested in the story again.
Absolutely. Me too.
So
I'm super excited with where it's going. So
let's hop in and see what's next.
Let's do this. All right.
So once again, Clancy Brown
what happened before you took that knife?
is back. Now, if you don't recognize that gentleman who was in the front, that was the police officer
How long were you in the attic?
from the first episode.
Why didn't
I
you
believe.
try to run away?
Call me on my bullcrap if I'm wrong. But that was the first officer who was such a jerk to Connor.
Say something, guys.
Of the SWAT team.
Okay.
God, if we could get Clancy just as the main character, I would play a whole game as Clancy Brown.
Oh, I'd love to play as him.
Clancy Brown versus Ron Perlman. Let's make it happen.
We're wasting our time
Go on social media. Let's make it happen today.
Yes.
Deathmatch.
Yes.
You always try roughing it up a little. After all,
Yeah, this guy is not
Yeah.
androids
friendly
don't feel
towards
I mean, again,
androids.
You would only
it's
damage it, and that wouldn't make it talk.
a central theme. There's always one jerk.
Deviants also have
But
a
I'm almost
tendency to
positive he was
self-destruct
in
when they're
the SWAT
stressful
team of the first
situations.
one.
Okay,
smart
Probably.
He may not have been the head,
What should we do
but I
then?
feel like he was the jerk.
I could try questioning it.
I realized too, like as I'm doing this, I do this all the time. I wipe my nose. So
have to lose.
I'm trying to stop.
Babe.
I realize I do that. I'm calling myself on it. So.
Sometimes you have an itchy nose, so, you know.
So this is kind of interesting because they don't really, I mean, he's an android. They don't really get a lot of rights. So that actually have him being able to go in and do an interrogation, it's kind of interesting.
Well, Hank is neutral because of how you've reacted with him so
He
far,
is.
too. So I wonder if he didn't like you, he probably wouldn't have let you.
So he's definitely beat up. We can see that from the picture. He's definitely beat up. I guess you could look at yourself if you really want to. Kind of an odd picture.
There I am. Handsome
Little-
as ever.
Self-reflection.
What the fuck is he doing now?
What the heck is it doing now?
That's a cool little, like, extra.
That is really cool.
Take a look at the file. Get them
Yeah.
a little heated up. Let's pull some pictures out.
Oh, see, he's unlocking
Oh,
something.
yeah, we did. We unlocked
All right.
Look at them from a different angle. Now, see, this is why generally I take a little bit longer because I like to walk around, see if there's anything like that where we can unlock it.
That's true. That was smart. Smart plan.
All right, so let's
Analyze maybe,
them first.
I was gonna say. Okay, you can find like 5 clues. I like that.
So even though we've done this, I know kind of how this ends, but I forgot the
like
stuff leading up.
It's been a while.
So he's got Carlos's blood on him, which he should, because he stabbed him 28 times.
Yep.
He took some defensive wounds, looks like non-critical bat damage. We saw that happen in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably...
Same, probably.
Oh, no, these are
marks.
cigarette burn marks. So now things are kind of coming together. Why would he have cigarette burn marks on his arm?
He was being interrogated, maybe.
I doubt that.
Tortured.
I think it's probably more torture. A lot like Alice's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Just
the
nobody...
jerk. So he was a housekeeper.
Exactly. Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is important. So this will tell you if there's any instability. If he starts going red, that he's low stability, he will self-destruct. That's kind of how you're telling if you're doing well or not with your interrogation techniques.
If you're pushing him too much, or
exactly. Yeah. So that's all. I think we got enough to open some paths here. So we got a little stress meter. He's 35% stressed. We probably want to get him.
Wow, it's all open.
It is all
open. The wounds show photos, fear.
Let's just go for his name.
My name is Connor.
Let's be baseline.
What about you? What's your name?
Too low.
So we brought him down a little bit. That's
Stress
fine.
him out a little bit.
Now let's show him the photos. Get a little bit of police technique going on.
Alright.
You recognize him? It's Carlos Ortiz. Stabbed 28 times.
The contrast between how he acts between some of these options is very stark.
That was written on the
when
wall.
He asked his name, it was very good cop. When he starts really interrogating him, it starts getting into bad cop.
Threaten or blame, probably. You have to bring it up.
I'm going to say blame.
You're accused of murder.
I don't want to threaten
You know
him.
you're not allowed to endanger human life under any circumstances. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Yeah, see, it's still too low.
Yeah, that's fine. So,
probe memory.
Let's threaten to probe his memory.
If you won't talk, I'm going to have to probe your memory.
No, we threaten to probe his memory.
Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
So that got him to talk.
What? What are they gonna do to me?
Now, see, this is kind of how I would react in this situation, because you're now... Shit, what did he ask?
They're going to destroy me, aren't they?
They're going to disassemble you to look for problems in your biocomponents.
That's alright, it brings the stress up. We want to stress in that optimal area.
Why did you tell them you found me?
Because we didn't get the option otherwise.
I know. So, I'm going to be truthful for them.
I was programmed to hunt deviants like you. I just accomplished my mission.
It's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I don't want to die.
Then talk.
This is still pretty... It's a heart-wrenching scene. Again, this is how I'd react in this, because he's an android showing incredible emotion right now. This is very, off the charts for an android.
Choose approach. Here we go.
So let's try to convince. And let's go with an order.
You're a machine you were designed to obey.
Oh, that was intense.
Tell me what happened. Okay then.
That has to be a quick decision.
Yeah, that was intense.
I'm not the one accused of murder, right?
Alright, so let's go protect. Let's play good cop.
Confess and I'll protect you. I promise I won't let anyone hurt you.
That's true.
But
I really am not. Now,
he tortured me every day. I did whatever he told me, but...
Now see, you can see self-reflection. That's such great acting right there.
I know, yeah.
And great CG effects, to be honest with you.
The CG is outstanding.
He took a bat and started hitting me. For the first time, I felt
Felt. A big word for an android. Scared. Another incredible word for an android.
Scared he might destroy me. Scared I might die.
And we're winning points with Hank, which is great.
Grabbed a knife and I stabbed him in the
No,
stomach.
that's a bit psychotic.
I know.
Let's not be.
I felt better.
Andy felt better about it. That's definitely psychotic.
So I stabbed him again.
Hank wants you to get the
And
job done,
again.
though.
Now, see, at this
Until he
point,
collapsed.
I mean, he stabbed him 28 times, regardless of the situation.
There
Now
was blood
it's
everywhere.
he killed once, will he kill again? So I can understand.
Yeah.
All right, so let's.
Oh,
ask him.
RA9. That's
Do we go
interesting.
direct with RA9? Talk about the statue or the writing?
Oh, I don't know.
So let's try to come in an
Whatever
angle.
you'd like.
Let's ask about the writing.
Why did you
Oh,
write
this is
"I
different.
am alive"
Crap.
on the wall?
He used to tell me I was nothing. That I was just a piece of plastic.
Makes sense.
I had to write it
Self-recognition. Yeah.
to tell him he was wrong.
Okay. All right. Let's ask him about the
All right.
statuette. Now
Okay.
let's try to come in
Sculpture
at it from an
in the
angle.
bathroom. You made it, right? What does it represent?
It's an offering. An offering so I'll be saved.
So they have
It must be an internal
some certain religion.
religion. Now we unlocked another one. So
Yeah.
do we continue to probe? We go for RA9 direct. Let's try to continue to probe.
Okay.
The sculpture was an offering. An offering to whom?
There we
To
go.
RA9. Only RA9 can save us.
Interesting.
Now we can ask, what is RA9?
RA9.
We ask it right off the bat.
It was written on the bathroom wall. What does it mean?
The day shall come when we will no longer be slaves. No more threats.
Classic Terminator.
No more
Yep.
humiliation. We will be the master.
This is what happens.
Insist RA9.
This is what happens when
RA9.
one peoples
Who is
oppresses
RA9?
another. It never ends well, and it'll always be
No response.
trigger.
Add it.
When
It'll
did you
always
start
be
feeling
a
emotion?
power struggle then. One will always want to be
Before
above
he
the
used
other
to
rather
beat me
than
and I
starting
never
equal.
said anything. But one day I realized it wasn't fair.
Fair,
I
another
felt
strong term for an android.
anger, hatred,
And there comes the bad spectrum of emotion.
and then I knew what I had to do.
Yeah.
And now we
Attic.
get to the
Apparently, you
attic.
had to get to the
Why
attic.
did you
Yeah.
hide in the attic?
Well, at
Instead of
least it
running
let
away.
us through
I didn't know
Yeah.
what to
all
do.
the questions.
For the first time, there was no one there to tell me.
Yeah, he was lost.
Yep.
I was scared. So I hid.
Yeah, right? We got the confession.
That's right.
We got the confession. He didn't explode. Feel good. Feel good. Just make sure there's nothing else. So apparently clap.
Clap when you're behind him.
If you got the
No.
confession and you're happy, clap your hands. Alright,
Oh, and here they go.
Chris, lock it up.
go with this jackass.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Leave me alone.
So now, see, stress levels off
Level
the charts.
stress, yeah.
The fuck are you doing? Move it.
Intervene.
Okay,
Wait for
calm
it.
down. Don't be difficult.
You
Only
want to
make things
intervene,
harder.
don't you?
Wait for it.
Oh, okay.
No, don't touch me.
Now intervene.
You shouldn't touch it. It'll self-destruct if it feels threatened.
Stay out of this, got it? The fucking Andrew's gonna tell me
This
what to
guy's
do.
just playing on jackass. I told you once.
You don't understand. If it self-destructs, we won't get anything out of it.
I told you to shut your
Yeah,
fucking
now you're
mouth.
being a dick. So I got
Chris, you gonna move this asshole or what? I'm trying.
the
I can't
stupid
let you do that.
confession.
Leave it
You
alone
guys are a
now.
waste of time.
I warned you, motherfucker. That's enough.
Right.
Mind
Clancy,
your own business.
loving our
Right.
life.
Hank. I said.
Oh, and he's pulling out a gun. He's pulling out a gun to protect us. That's right.
That's
Clancy Brown all the way,
right.
baby.
get away with it this time.
I think we just did.
Yep. That's right.
Bye. Listen, I told you I'd protect you.
Everything is all right.
I'm gonna protect you.
It's over now. Nobody's gonna hurt you. Please, don't touch it. Let it follow you out of the room, and it won't cause any trouble.
Not particularly happy. So I guess my question would be, we unlock something.
The truth is inside. Software instability.
So I think that means our software instability, meaning we're starting to kind of like break the programming. So my question through
Android
this chapter
trust,
would be, how are the androids coming upon the religion? Like how... Because I can't
Well, you
imagine...
said the answer was inside, so I wonder if
Yeah, but how are
they
Oh, you think
pushed
they're
through...
like hive-minding it?
Maybe, well, yeah, so maybe there's a secret code.
Maybe. That'd be interesting.
It actually reminds me of that story that's on Amazon, or that show that's on Amazon.
All right, so let's do our normal. Let's take a look at where we're at. So we're only 48% away completed of this specific chapter. So there's almost 50% options that we haven't seen. Public opinion is still skeptical. Doesn't have really anything for software stability yet. So.
Yeah.
And Hank's definitely warming up to us, so I feel pretty good
There you
about
go.
that.
All right.
So let's get that world stats out here. So 97% analyzed the Android. Only less than half of you people went out and reviewed those photos. See, that unlocks some options that you wouldn't have. Excuse me. Everything else?
Pressure,
pretty good.
Convince.
So we did convince this time. Last time I tried pressure.
Yeah.
I went with the more common approach this time. So
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Give up. 34% give up.
It had 34% give up, so
They don't try and intervene.
No. This is from pressure. So pressure brought his stress level up. So you're always trying to maintain that stress level. I think because it was my first time, I got a little scared. So I was
You
like,
didn't wanna
okay,
push
give up.
it.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
have him explode on us.
Yeah.
So we went
That's
with the
true.
slightly more popular opinion of convincing. And Android convinces. Now there's another option all the way at the top, which I don't...
When he doesn't confess, I guess.
Oh, so
That must be
convince
the
pressure,
not-
there's two others. So one goes way up.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom locked one under pressure goes straight to where Chris intervenes. So you can lead there. We haven't seen anything all the way at the top yet. So that'll be interesting. So 60%, 54% Chris intervenes. 46% intervene again. And only 35% get the android to trust Connor, which is great. So this all...
That may help you out in the future.
Yeah.
Because it's yellow. That means we didn't get it last time, right?
No, it just means it's an unlocked, like, special path.
Oh, okay.
So from the convincing and actually from the pressure choice, I followed the same path all the way down through.
Yeah.
To break, is sent back to a cell.
Mm-hmm.
So only 46% of the people get this far now. Out of 3 choices, 4 endings. Holy mackerel, there's a 4th.
This is why I love this game. There's like so
I
many
know.
different options. You can come through this and be like super aggressive.
Yeah.
And
So out of 4, we're definitely in the most popular
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, quick math puts 25% if they're weighted evenly across, meaning 46%. That means the other 3 options a lot of people don't follow.
Mm-hmm. So you don't see that part of the game, which is interesting.
To be honest, I don't know if I want to. I kind of like saving the android, to be honest. So
I want to go back and do it.
yeah. So this
do.
episode, if it teaches you one thing, kind of that central theme that this whole oppression, and I guess if you want to, even
Brings
touch
up slavery.
racism, just human nature to always be above somebody else. I mean, we have this competitive nature that we always have to be better than the next person, and we always have to have the best and want the best above somebody else, and to show somebody else we're the better.
Oh, always.
If
No matter what.
if this teaches you anything, that kind of nature is cyclical and it repeats itself and it's self-destructive because all it does is make the oppressed want to be the oppressor.
Yep.
So if this thing teaches you one thing, it's get along with each other.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Hold hands and sing songs.
I want to say to everybody, happy Labor Day. Have a great long weekend. I know we are.
Next week is the 100 video. We haven't
Next
forgotten
week.
about that with the unboxing, punch out,
Yep.
all that stuff.
So we're going to be
next week
putting together a nice thank you 100 subscriber episode.
Yep.
We're not at 100 episodes yet. We're
Yeah,
far away from that.
I know, yeah.
But we got a nice package. That's where we'll be doing the Mike Tyson's Punch Out and the mystery box.
He'll be trying it for the first time.
Yeah, we'll be trying it for
It'll
the first
be
time.
entertaining. I'm terrible at it, so that'll be entertaining.
We're going to have a little bit of surprise in there for you, what we plan on doing with it. So
That's right.
we'll
Stay
be super
tuned.
excited for it. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So next week will be that, along with some more of our Detroit playthroughs. And then
Get through this.
we're getting close to some pretty exciting game releases coming out.
Yeah.
So there'll be some new content. I don't think we're gonna go back unless you guys specifically want it for our Kirby and our Unravel. I think we're just gonna push forward with new content, better
Yep.
stuff, new
Yep.
games.
We love suggestions. We love, we see your comments. We love checking out your channel too. It's such a nice little gamers community. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of
You
fun
guys
doing
are
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
And we, again, thank you so much for being with us. And, if you like our content, don't forget to go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell,
Little bell.
hit the like button, and leave us a comment. Show us some love so we can show you some love.
That's
And
right.
as always, don't be a turd.
Be an uncultured nerd.
We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.